Dear children, welcome to the next module on the chapter Plant Kingdom. In this module, we are going to learn about the types of bryophytes. There are two types of bryophytes, liverworts and mosses. What are these liverworts? They are usually growing in moist regions, shady habitats such as banks of streams, marshy ground, damp, barks of trees and deep in the woods. The plant body is thallus-like. They are having only a thallus plant body. Example is Macantia. And the thallus is dorsiventral. It is having a dorsal side and a ventral side, and it is closely oppressed to the substratum. In all these pictures, we can see they are closely oppressed to the substratum on which they are living. The leafy members, they have tiny leaf-like appendages in two rows on the stem-like structures. And about asexual reproduction, can be by fragmentation. And in addition to fragmentation, they have a special type of asexual reproduction by the formation of gemma. Gemma are green, they are multicellular asexual buds that develop in small receptacles. These are the receptacles in which the gemma is produced. So they are asexual buds which develops in small receptacles, and these receptacles are called as gemma cups, and they are produced from the thallus. And the gemma, they get detached from the parent body, and these gemma, they grow into a new individual. So that is a specialty of liverworts. That is, asexual reproduction is by means of fragmentation and also by the formation of gemma, which are multicellular green colored structures which are produced on the thallus in specialized receptacles called as gemma cups, which are detached and they grow into a new bryophytic thallus. Sexual reproduction liverworts. Male and female sex organs, they are produced on the same thalli or on the different thallus. Okay, they can be on the same or they can be produced on different thalli. And sporophyte, it is differentiated into fruit, seta and capsule. The sporophyte which produces spores, it is differentiated into fruit, seta and capsule, and its function is to produce spores by meiosis. And these are produced, the meiosis is taking place inside the capsule, and the capsule bears the haploid spores, and these spores germinate to produce a free-living gametophyte. Now let us learn about the second type of bryophytes, that is mosses. The predominant stage of the moss is the haploid free-living gametophyte. There are two stages in the case of mosses. First is the protonema stage and second is the leafy stage. What is the protonema stage and the leafy stage? It develops directly from the spore. The spore which germinates, there is a haploid spore which produced from the sporophyte. It germinates to produce the protonema, and is creepy green branch, and frequently they are the filamentous stage. You can see this is a protonema. And from the protonema, primary protonema, secondary protonema is produced. So the second stage, that is the leafy stage, it develops from the secondary protonema as a lateral bud. A bud is produced from the secondary protonema which develops into the leafy stage. And this leafy stage, it is upright, whereas the protonema stage, it was creepy, whereas the leafy stage is upright, slender axis bearing spirally arranged leaves. The leaves are arranged spirally on an upright, slender axis, and they are attached to the soil by means of multicellular or branched rhizoids. We can see these are the rhizoids which arise from the ventral side. And this stage, that is the leafy stage, which bears the sex organs. And we know the sex organs are antheridium and archegonium. Vegetative reproduction in the case of mosses is by fragmentation and budding in the secondary protonema. In the case of sexual reproduction in the case of mosses, the antheridium and archegonium, they are present on the apex region of the leafy stage or the leafy shoots. After fertilization, the zygotes develop into the sporophyte, which is divided into fruit, seta and capsule. And the sporophyte in mosses is more elaborate than that in liverworts. It's having a bit more complex structure than the liverworts. The capsule, that is a fruit, seta and capsule of this part, the capsule bears the spores. And spores are formed as a result of meiosis within the capsule. And mosses have an elaborate mechanism of spore dispersal. Examples are funaria. In this we can see this is the rhizoids, that is the root-like structures. This is the main axis on which the leaves are spirally arranged, and this is a seta-like structure which bears the capsule, and this part is called as the gametophyte. And from here we can see the sporophyte which bears the spores within the capsule, and it is remaining attached to the haploid gametophyte. Another example is sphagnum. As we learned, it is helping in the formation of peat, and which can hold a large amount of water and helps in shipment of living material. And another example is polytrichum. So dear children, in this module we learned about the two types of bryophytes, that is liverworts and mosses. Thank you.